Yo, 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 guys. Good morning, good afternoon. Welcome to the Moon Boys podcast. We have here with us Matt today. Matt, how are you doing?
Good day, good day. All good. You well? Long time no see. Sorry for my
Yes,
absence. Been very
yes.
busy at the fiat mines, getting shit
It's been
down,
it's been a
building in
minute.
the bear.
That's good. That's the plan. And of course, over here, just before anything, none of this is financial advice. We're here just discussing DGen products and the good old trades. But you are making the decisions yourself at the end of the day. And with that said, so yeah, Matt, what's been going on? How's your life? What's new? What's new in crypto?
What's new
Give
in
us the
crypto?
scoop. What's the scoop going on over
I
there?
mean, bear market vibes, people freaking out on the timelines, the usual bear market stuff. I've just sort of been keeping busy, trying not to look at the charts every day, but inevitably we do. And just basically stacking up a bit of fiat here and there wherever I can. And whenever I see big red candles, I try to just throw it in, and hopefully it will land you a good position. And DCA
Nice,
is the
nice.
way, in my opinion. And I've been eyeing a few little things that move very slowly in the background, like dominance and uh, PMI and sort of the total three and like general altcoin sector. And I don't know, amongst all the doom and gloom and death that's on the timeline, I think that there is a small little spark maybe that can be made of this.
Yeah. Do you think the souls have been crushed this bear yet, or is the soul crushing event still coming?
I don't know. I mean, it's been a really tricky cycle for people that were initially waiting till a good bottom was put in, like before the actual halving happened. We had a massive pump and hit all time highs before halving, so that was like the big players were taking position early, and they're sort of, I mean, TradFi, they tend to sort of be pretty diamond handed when it comes to the long term. And
Yeah.
obviously, you have your VCs and things that like to trade in this, but most sort of TradFi investors tend to be like people that just dollar cost average, and they're putting into their 401ks or whatever it is that you have in America and stuff. So I don't know. I think this cycle as a whole has been slightly different, and I mean, even though we didn't get a a full on dominance crash alt season, I still think that's kind of around the corner. I mean, it's been dominance moves really slowly. If you look at it on the monthly and the weekly, and you sort of have a look, the shorter term
Yeah, we
EMAs
can
and
show it
everything,
up.
they seem to be curving slightly. So I don't know. I still think there's hope for altcoins, and that saying that, I'm not selling my Bitcoin, still not selling my ETH. Slowly DCA.
Yeah, yeah. No, dominance looks pretty strong. Actually, it looks bullish if I had to say anything. It's kind of holding this bottom, and now it's kind of going back up. So yeah,
Mhm.
I mean, yeah, you're right. If I had to say like all the alts definitely have been crushed. The soul of the altcoin holders has been crushed. At least I
Most
feel that
altcoins are
myself.
down 5 years. I mean, historically,
Yeah,
people, if you think about it, in previous cycles, people had to wait maybe 2 years, 3 years, and then it was like bull time. And this time around, there was a lot of euphoria in like 2021. And I think the people that have got in around the tops then, they're the ones that have actually been suffering as well this cycle with the rise of Solana and everything, which they didn't have last cycle. So I think there's the souls are maybe more crushed than people are letting on. And
yeah, yeah, for
I
sure.
also I also have noticed that this cycle, especially on the timeline, everyone's become a trader. Everyone seems like everyone's a professional trader now, and they're just trading with their full net worth in now every asset. And I don't know. I feel like maybe they've lost the way, and the
I
people that
agree
are
with
left
you.
in crypto at the moment are just the hardcore degens and believers.
Yeah,
Eyes
no,
on the
yeah.
future.
Yeah, the ethos of crypto kind of went into the stock market. I mean, like you look at the what's going on right now in the TradFi world, they're having an old season. I mean, if
Yeah, yeah.
maybe we're kind of getting past, but if you look at crap companies like Intel, for example, this company doesn't build anything. It's crap. I mean, this is just as crap as any altcoin there is. But yet it's doing like a 5, 10, 6x or whatever it's doing. I mean, like there's so much more. Like AMC is bringing back to life slowly.
So
I
that's
mean,
another
like
thing. So basically, when I see those movements,
Nvidia,
and you look
Sandbox.
at the market cap associated to those movements, it just makes me so much more bullish for crypto. You know, I mean, you're
Yeah.
talking about trillions of dollars moving like in a day. We are what at the moment is it 2 trillion, 2.5 trillion, just under. I can't remember now. But
Yes,
Jesus,
SpaceX is supposed to be IPOing, right? And that company is a full, like, if there was ever a company that just burns money and doesn't produce any profits, it's a space company, and that thing is about to be valued at like $1.5 trillion next month.
IPO, yeah, exactly. So
And this is
yeah,
all season. This is
yeah.
like a dog with hat being valued at like billions of dollars. So for the stock market, I mean, yeah, for sure, lots of alt. I mean, we discussed last week how there should be a coming crash coming, like incoming due to the yields and everything. We could go back. I don't want to talk too much about it since it was like a very long video, but it is going to impact the crypto, I think, and stocks. And yeah, Bitcoin still didn't really have like a soul crushing event. So I kind of have like these three. I took like the width of the first crash that we experienced from like 106K to like 80K, and then I just duplicated it another time here. And then if we experience it another time, which kind of looks like we're heading to this final soul crushing Bitcoin event, and then from there, yeah, like with alts, I think are already low. Like they're not going to go much lower even when this happens. Like how much
Yeah, I
low can you
mean,
go? But this
dominance
could
is
be a
so
bottom.
high that, as you say, that it's going to get to a point that Bitcoin drops are no longer going to drag the rest of altcoins down because, I mean, those people that are holding the alts, they've already sold. They've already relinquished their bags. And if they're
Yeah,
selling
they're in
Bitcoin,
sand.
yeah, normally, exactly, they're in Sanders. I don't
Yeah,
know.
they're here. They're here. They're they're all here. They're in Nvidia. They're
They
in
bought the top
what
of
else?
gold. I don't know. They bought the top of silver. I don't know.
Micron. There was another one. It's MU, right? This thing just keeps going like a mad lad. I haven't followed it, but it's another one of those like, god damn, you know, like
It's just
the
one of those
stock
crazy
is,
things that I like to follow. That whenever there's so much hype on the timeline, it's more of a red flag to me than a FOMO buying opportunity. You know, so when you just see people getting super excited, and it almost seems like it's everyone, and then that's
yeah.
sort of like a signal to me.
Yeah, no, I mean, like I'm like looking at the stock market, and really like every time I go into like my discords where I have stock traders, they're all like sipping champagne, doing option trading, longing, shorting, you know. And meanwhile, we're in crypto here, like, guys, is anybody still alive? Like, you
Is it got a
know,
pulse?
is there a
Move.
pulse? Do we have a pulse? Like,
It's a bit like
yeah,
that
well,
meme where someone's poking it with the stick. It's like do something. I
yeah,
mean,
yeah, yeah.
it's
So it's
literally
coming.
I don't, yeah, I don't know how, I don't know sort of, because everyone gets recency bias. So I mean, it's been so long since those like green candles and happy time that, I mean, people forget how quick it happens and how suddenly you can be priced out of the market in like within a week. So, and it's months of dumping erased in like seconds. And I don't know, I've been caught offside various times in the past on these cycles, and I prefer to just take it easy, comfy in spot, and slow accumulation. With any asset, whenever someone is saying, "Oh, it's dead, it's gone," most likely it's time to put a 10x long or something. You know,
Yeah, no,
like
I'm with you. I mean, we like dead assets. If you guys remember, Zcash was a dead asset. I mean, you never know what people where's Zcash? I have it somewhere. You never know when things are gonna just really like take off and what coin that will be. Even PulseChain. I mean, it looks like a dead asset, but you never know. Now it's kind of hugging the 15-day moving average. It's going sideways. If anything, all the people who sold are gone completely. So it's a benefit.
we have had a lot of sort of big whales leave like quite publicly, and people that are like big OGs that were there from the start, they with like really big bags that have been flooding Polstring for ages, they've just all left. There's a lot of sort of, I mean, it's a bit
Yeah, so the
wishy-washy
upside
because
is,
nothing is exact. Is you're trying to gauge the sentiment of the market. So basically, when all these really like old-time holders that really believed in it and they put their all in it and everything, when these people are giving up, is like
yeah,
sort of,
these
to
guys
me,
right
it's a
here
signal.
basically.
Whether it's good risk reward, I don't know. Whether it's going to be a good bet, I don't know. But it's just one of those things that makes me sort of pay closer attention.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you remember from when I first mentioned PulseChain, the reason for looking at it is I don't believe it's dead. Like that's my whole thesis. I don't believe PulseChain is dead. It's
Yeah,
been
no.
flooded, but I can see building happening in the background, and I'm pretty excited, to be honest.
Like if we just do like if crypto just starts recovering like slowly, starting off like with whatever crash is supposed to bring Bitcoin to I believe 50K, or 50 to 60K is the range I'll be accumulating. But I think once that crash happens, alts are already crushed. I mean, like the best you can see in alts is like it's sideways and not go down lower. Obviously, some alts are just like back to all-time highs, which kind of still doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I mean, we had
Could
hype
be,
and
yeah, hype. Zcash is kind of going back to all-time high. And again, like Zcash had the same similar situation. If you look at a monthly chart, you'll definitely see it reminiscence to even PulseChain, where it was just bleeding for months and months, and then it was really until it took over this 50 weekly moving average and it gained back control where it started getting realized, and even then it still crashed back down. It wasn't like there's still shakeout events happening before this ultimate rally that came about with everybody going like,
do you wanna
oh,
show your
Zcash.
chart, Rom? What do you
Oh,
wanna just show your
shoot,
chart?
shoot. I thought I was showing my chart. You're right. Oh my God. Okay, but yeah, this Zcash, yeah, you could see how like like for a long time it's been kind of going down. And yeah, and then out of nowhere it really just started taking over this 50
I
moving
think
average,
I
breaking
think you're
it.
sharing the wrong screen. Sorry.
This is Zcash for now. But I
Yeah,
was just
but
gonna
I
compare.
can't see the chart at the moment.
Oh, the chart is not showing. What about now? Is it coming up?
It's loading. There we go.
There
Technical
we go.
difficulties.
Yeah, and it has like a very long downtrend that it had before it really tested this 50 weekly moving average, and this is kind of like the bullish momentum I'm looking out for in most alts, including in PulseChain as well, or ICP or anything. We're a little bit far now. You might say like, hey, I'm waiting for like something that might not happen, and even here where it did happen, it crashed below it. But you want a nice retest and trade kind of above it. So yes, this is
Mhm.
going to be a big miss out for me. Like I mean, this is a 175% jump. And the beauty for holders like you is this can happen very quickly. Like this, you might see a gain of 180% like overnight, just because it's already so dead, so like and like you said, there's no more whales anymore dumping this. Everybody exited, so now the only thing that could happen is the whales just come back. They'll just be
Yeah, I
like,
mean,
hey,
all it takes is a 2x from like you sell, and it's literally the Bogdanov twins pop up, and it's like he sold, pump it, and then within a week, it's like you're 2x offside, and you're chasing, and then lo and behold, it starts a whole new bull market again. Why? Because one starts chasing, then the other person goes offside, then they start chasing.
yep, yep.
I don't know. I know it's risky, but I like to buy the bullet. I like to buy the red candles. I like to buy the dead sentiment and then play the long game. And I don't know. I see what Liberty Swap is building in the background. There's a lot of rumors. There's a massive community that's super active and like if they're loud at the lows, I mean literally pretty much all time lows. Then imagine how loud they're going to be when like we're actually bumping. You know, it's.
Yeah, yeah. Hype did have like a nice bullish momentum, but this
Mhm.
coin, I looked at it last week. It's you see, this is something with I saw that it was bullish. You know, I figured maybe I could gamble on this. But the thing is with new projects, they have so many unlocks that I think there's something like about 200 million coins on Hype that are pending unlock,
Yeah.
and they're all gonna be like this is where market makers make money. Like
Exactly, and
they
insiders.
slowly unlock and they'll just keep dumping and dumping. I mean, and on top of that, the total supply is 1 billion. So even though circulating supply is 238, that means there's still
What
like
did it launch at? If can we search that, Rom? What valuation it launched at? Because I mean, isn't one of those
I
that
mean,
launch high valuation, like high
yeah, yeah. I mean, like
market?
CoinGecko started tracking it about $500 million. It looks
Mm.
like actually I don't know. That was no, that's volume. Sorry, where's there we go. About 359 million. Oh no, sorry, 2 billion. About 2 billion. It launched that. So it was a very big project. There was a lot of money. If I had to guess, since it's so associated with Arbitrum, I would think a lot of the people that were doing like these perpetual trading platforms in Arbitrum, they basically got together and created Hyperliquid to kind of take more benefits out of a centralized protocol versus Arbitrum, which was probably the most decentralized L2 out there. So yeah, they kind of centralized Arbitrum and they made it to have like this very snappy trading and leverage, and then everybody just flocked in it because crypto is obviously trading is the best use case for crypto. Yeah, and it already was launched at 2 billion, right? So the whales were already in, the VCs were in on this project. They had their, so now they're just selling. Like these guys, they don't care what
Oh,
the price
they
is.
must
They're
be
just
massively on side. I mean, if they got in early access and everything like that, and these are insiders and whatnot,
yeah.
they're at least like
They bought like somewhere
15,
here
20x
probably.
on side, you know, at least.
Yeah, they
And
bought somewhere here. The seed funders usually get like, if the market price is like start, if the first price of trading that I see at least on this DEX was $30, that means seed probably got like at $15, maybe $10, maybe even lower depending on how many seed. But now, of course, those guys have to hold longer, right? The earlier you get, the more you hold.
if they want a return on their investment and they want the thing to succeed, yeah, they got to hold. But that's the same issue that I had with like Solana last cycle. It seems that like all these VC chains or chains that are like sort of have early backers and everything, and it's not sort of the public getting access. You get too many whales in early, they get cheap coins, and then you put all this work and effort in throughout a cycle, and they dump on your ass, and then they move on to the next thing. So I have actually sort of, that's why I've been so selective with the altcoins that are like, I like to buy things that are CTOs. I like to buy things where there's a community, where there's people that actually believe in it, you know, whether it's
Yeah.
down, they're going to stay there, and because they want to see the thing succeed. And those are the
Yeah,
kind of
Tau is
people
another.
that you can hold with.
Tau is like another example of like a VC token backed VC. Like, and you can see how like every time it reaches like some limit, they push it back down, they extract liquidity, they let it back to ride, they extract liquidity. So this is a perfect example of market makers doing the thing where they're not crushing their asset to zero, but they're also able to keep pumping the price and taking liquidity. Now with hype, I think they're also still doing that. I mean, yeah, we might have seen 1 week where it was really bullish, but give it another couple of weeks, we might be back here.
Yeah.
And this is where the liquidity, where they're going to be selling their tokens to extract liquidity because they got in early, and those guys, they just want to make a quick buck. But don't get me wrong, there are crypto is fun to also destroy VCs as well. I've been in projects, I can't even find them
Absolutely.
anymore, they're not tracked, but yeah, where like the token went to zero and the VCs invested, they just lost all their money. So it's not a perfect thing, but when you look at big projects like Hype, Zcash, these ones, well, Zcash is a little bit different because I think they don't have any more VCs left. They're all kind of left. But yeah, when you look at new projects, you have that risk where the big guy could just come in and be like, hey, I bought this coin at $5. It's at 65. Amazing. Start selling because he gets it unlocked maybe next week. We could take a look. Let's see. I think it was Crypto Rank. Crypto Rank. I hope they still have it free, but they have unlock schedules here, so we could type in Hype and we could maybe see their unlock. Yeah, their vesting right here. We could see. So yeah, they're making it more. So Genesis distribution has 310 million tokens. Look at that, and it's already unlocked.
Is that 310 million tokens or
Yep.
$310 million worth of tokens?
No, tokens, Hype tokens. So Genesis distribution, they already fully unlocked it. So these guys are just kind of like just slowly dumping. Obviously, they can't dump 310 million right away.
No, I mean, if they own any more than like say 1-2% of the supply, you can't get rid of that easily. It has to be very slowly. If not, you just dump the whole market.
Yeah. So
I mean, it's the market cap is very, very sort of reflexive of like
yeah,
liquidity. You know,
I wish we
it's
had like
thin all
another.
across.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So you could see, and then there's like upcoming token unlocks from these guys too. So there's like Hype is a very heavily backed token by VCs. I mean, you could clearly tell because the money is there. Its valuation was $2 billion. There's no way like DeFi, you know, like what was PulseChain? PulseChain was kind of like DeFi, even though it had also like Richard Hart. I think PulseChain was definitely not in the billions, right? It was like in the millions.
Yeah, they actually, I think they raised $1 billion in the end in the
Oh,
public sort of the first round, or the public offering or whatever it was, their version of it, which wasn't a public offering, the sacrifice. That was it.
okay. He also had a big
But it
in
was
a
like
way.
right at the top, and it was an ETH. So I mean, people like to bitch about him. They've sold the coins, whatever. But the treasury's there. I mean, there's been a few movements and obfuscations and sort of things that a lot of the wallet watchers are tracking, and like people that really care about that are watching and informing the rest of the community. But the money's still there, you know, the ETH is still there. The whole play is the ETH, once it launches way past 5K, then it would make sense more to sell that ETH and deploy into PulseChain near a top than it does at a bottom, doesn't it? So
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
So it's a
I
little bit
don't know.
hard. Like, what would be a token? Like, what would be a community launch token? Kind of like what we're doing with Charlie Bull. We want to like make a no VCs, nothing like just a community launch. Whoever puts money into liquidity pools, they put in. What would be a good example of that? Definitely not ten
I mean,
nowadays in
yeah.
crypto. I
No,
mean,
everything's a pump and dump. Everyone's on pump fund. They want their own token so they can rug, and it just seems that communities don't form because people don't have the sort of the attention span to even look at something for more than half an hour.
yeah,
I
maybe,
don't know.
maybe the best we could look at is really the back in the day, like Dogecoin.
I still think Pepe, for example, like the Pepe community, a lot of us have stuck around, and I mean, I'm still fairly on side with my Pepe.
Yeah, so you can see like with Doge in 2013, it was a community project. It
Yeah,
only raised like 3 million. You know, like 3 million. The beautiful, beautiful, beautiful valuation, so cheap, not 1 billion, you know,
yeah,
not
but
a couple
the
billions,
dev
but
dumped it, didn't he? So he like
but
it's
it doesn't matter if he don't. What my thing is, he never sold it to investors at a
no,
valuation
correct.
so high that the only way is down, is what I'm trying to
Yeah, but the
say.
way that I see it, at least, is not so much that he created that community coin from then on. It's more when the CTO happened. So it's a bit like the when the
It was somewhere here, like
so
when it's
people
when
are
it's
tracking all
no.
these things. A token launches, it gets a bit hype online, people buy into it. Oh, it suddenly goes down this or whatever. But then suddenly, when a token that's got decent memetics that has sort of impacted enough people know about it, and then suddenly all across social media you get this message of the dev has sold all his tokens. Like at that moment, I don't know if you realized, but I believe the dev sold it for a car or something like that. So he bought himself a car, and then that was a story that was propagated all across crypto. And it was like, oh shit, well, if he's got no more tokens, then we're going to buy it. And it's the same thing that happened with Pepe. The Pepe dev, they sort of basically abandoned it and said, look, you guys, I'm going to sell everything and it will be what it will be. And then it does, it drops 50, 90%, whatever, how much it drops. But then after it's scraped sideways and done nothing for a month or something like that, people just buy it and shit it again. And it just
Yeah,
gives new opportunity.
yeah. Maybe Shiba Inu was like another one of those full community like
That was pretty community driven. That was like top ETH OGs, wasn't it? Where they made Shibarium and like the fork of ETH.
yeah.
And
But even this one, it went like so
it
you
did
can't
like a
really tell.
1,000,000%, didn't it? Or million X or something fucking
Yeah,
crazy like that.
you can't even tell. Like it was just so quick. It was like a billion, and then it went into 25 billion. Oh my God. But yeah, even the Shiba Inu. Yeah, but this is like already like once I see something like in a billion, it's like definitely be like it's not just already plebs like us buying. It's like big
No,
guys came in
no.
big,
Yeah, when it
and
gets
that's
to
why they
a
dumped so
billion.
hard. You could see it like they cashed out like super quick.
You
Maybe
see
how
it when we start pumping to those levels, you see it in the candles. The candles are much bigger. There's a lot more spikiness in the chart. It's less organic and slow. You know, when there's small plebs, we haven't got much firepower. We're just like putting $100 every couple of days, every week, or I don't know. Some people maybe every month, whatever.
maybe
But
Uniswap I can probably say yeah Uniswap probably this one was such a big valuation. It's very hard to see like I don't know when CoinGecko or even CoinMarketCap to look at. I remember Uniswap originated in a hackathon, but at that point it was already noticed by Vitalik Buterin, and Vitalik Buterin kind of like propelled it to being the next thing
what it
with
gave Ethereum a use case. That was
of course,
basically.
yeah. No, it kind of made it. It kind of made everything, yeah. But yeah, even this token, this was like all done in hackathons. Let's see. Yeah, it was like around 500, $200 million. Or yeah, so you see, like when you see a project launch like that gets maybe like under $250 million, I would say that's like a nice community driven ready project. Like it does not have VCs. But once you have anything more than like $250 million market cap, I feel like that's already including whales that have so much money that they don't really care about the asset. They just want to make way even more money.
Yeah, the only difference per se, like for example, the reason that I like PulseChain in that sense, so with the bleeding chart included, is also because at the beginning, during the sacrifice process, they were, or Richard was really big on not wanting VCs. Like he literally, I think, stuck his middle finger out and said like, he's not
Yeah,
allowing. So
it's
I
not
wouldn't.
on CoinMarketCap, right? PulseChain. I remember it was like it's not tracked by CoinMarket. It's like a different
Yeah.
site.
No,
Yeah.
but basically, what I'm getting at is, although they reached 1 billion, I mean, I'm not against the thought that Richard actually sacrificed a lot of that money himself. You know, so I mean, to make it up to 1 billion, to make it newsworthy and shit. So, yeah. Although he has a lot of the tokens, that's like, or we speculate he's got a lot of the tokens. That's the same as most projects. And I don't know. I would argue it's almost safer in his hands than in people like bloody Vitalik. I mean, Jesus Christ. If you've been holding ETH for any significant time, every time Vitalik dumps on you, it's like a mini stab in the heart. But oh well.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's like the risk. I mean, it's not a risk. It's just like when you do
It's just the market.
a token launch and you have like majority token and then your token just has money, the chances of you selling a little bit, not everything, it increases because everybody like Vitalik doesn't work. Like he doesn't have maybe he does, but he doesn't have like a 9 to 5 job or he has like a salary. His money is Ethereum. So when he wants to upgrade his life, maybe get married, he's gonna have to dump some Ethereum. You know, it's like it's not gonna be like, hey guys, I'll hodl my billions of Ethereum for life, and I'm gonna go work Wendy's. And,
Exactly. It's going to be kumbaya, and he's going to have a
yeah.
wedding behind a McDonald's car park.
Yeah, and then the moment once you do that first sell, like once you do that first extraction of liquidity, and you all of a sudden like, wow, I'm rich. It's like your mind kind of shifts. It's like right now maybe we're like hodling where we want to become kind of wealthy and rich. At that point, Vitalik was like, holy shit, it works. I
Yeah.
was able to extract cash. You know.
Well, at the end of the day, he also, I
Yeah.
mean, most of his
It's
coins probably just minted them, so it didn't really. It's not
Well,
like,
whatever it did, he minted it not, but he was able to extract cash from something that like came out of nothing, basically.
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
when you do that once, like the chances of you doing it again just increases because it's just like, hey, I want more money, right? We're naturally greedy. I mean, the capitalist structure is
I
fueled by
mean,
greed.
at the end of the day, as long as there's no minting function and he can't print more, it's just gonna be like market participants do, market participants do. So he can only do that until he runs out of coins. So I mean,
Yeah, and you can kind of see like
you
Ethereum
can kind of
Classic.
debate whether if Vitalik would ever sort of sell all of his coins. I mean, you never know. He might do, but
Like we could kind of see like Ethereum Classic, I think still kind of has like the true amount of ETH coins at 100 million cap or something. Why is my internet so slow today? Not sure. But
yeah, but Ethereum Classic still got the DAO hack coins in the hands
yeah,
of hacker and all that shit. So
I was trying to curious to see how much coins in circulation versus Ethereum tokens in circulation from that event because it was like that was like where like the VCs got they rug pulled ETH and then Vitalik was like, guys, we got rug pulled. We need to like save the project. So they what did they do? They shifted the chain. They rolled it back,
yeah.
and yeah, then they went from it. So yeah, not sure. Maybe that's a sign to not buy to sell my Ethereum Classic. It's not even loading. But the whole point here is basically, yeah, when you have a project and you have somebody come in, they're the ones who create the project. They're the ones who create the token and then they need funding to keep operating either the project or their own lifestyle. Usually that comes from some form of selling your tokens, whether you're just putting up your tokens in a DeFi protocol and you're borrowing money against it. Some founders do that because they think it's like an ethical, like you just discussed, it's ethically wrong to dump on your
Yeah.
community. So what they do is they would just like take the tokens, give it to decentralized leverage protocol, a lending protocol, and kind of borrow money against it and be like, hey, we're never going to pay you this money back,
Yeah,
but
as
you get to
liquidation.
you get to have our tokens. So Yeah. So like that's a nicer way, I guess you could say, to exit, or get some cash out of your project. But at the end of the day, you like all capitalists' natures to kind of grow their portfolio no matter what. And if a founder, no matter how great of a guy he is, it's one guy, like, even if it's Richard Hart, like if he has control over all these tokens, and one day he wakes up and his mind just has this euphoria, maybe he has like an epiphany. Oh, I'm gonna create a new project now. I see a new vision, right? Like he has a new vision coming in, and it could be some community members are going to be like, yes, that's amazing. We love this vision. We're going to stick with you, Richard. Do whatever you got to do
Dude,
to.
and you don't even know it. That's the
Yeah, yeah,
thing.
right. Yeah. So like
It's
stuff like that.
literally, if you look into the whole thing that's happening, pDAI is literally going against the OG Hex people's narrative, but at the same time, Richard has sort of, I mean, he's not done anything to signal it, but I mean, there's a lot of little hints here and there, and it's just, I don't know. We're either going crazy, but or there is something to it. But if you look at the market cap charts and you actually chart pDAI to pulse ratio, like we're at like a 2x away from flipping the entire chain. You know, it's crazy. Like
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how it would peg. I don't know how it would all work. I don't know what they're doing even. But I mean, it seems
Yeah.
to be consensus in with like a lot of like sort of crazy people and degens that basically PulseChain is dead without an actual decentralized stablecoin that actually works and everything. So there's a narrative for it, whether you believe it or not. Whether I mean, I would
Yeah.
word of warning: I am retarded, but just don't put all your
Yeah.
money in anything like that.
Right. Well, I
I'm
mean, like the stable coin was like an innovation of its own. Like it really pushed crypto to finally be valued in dollars, all assets versus Bitcoin, Ethereum, or whatever else we were valuing things at. And
yeah,
you kind of need that to make it easier. Like if you're just valuing everything in ETH, it doesn't look like way. It's a whole math calculation. It's not user friendly. That's why you have people right now trading SanDisk and Intel, because you have plebs that are way easier for them to open a traditional exchange account, throw in dollars, and trade assets in dollars. So stables came to crypto to basically give plebs, like, make it easier for them, like, hey, here, trade, here's your stable, here's shitcoin, trade, right? Whether before you had, here's a shitcoin, here's another shitcoin, trade with like Ethereum and
no, I
so,
totally agree. But I mean,
yeah,
I think something that was like really important was when Ethereum initially made Maker. So
yeah, yeah, yeah,
when DAI first came along, I think I was like really excited about that, and it seemed something that was really cool because it's like a decentralized stablecoin that's backed by crypto. You know, we're not held ransom to like the centralized powers that be and all that shit. At the
Maker is no
moment,
more.
like since they started adding USDT and or USDC to the collateral, that inevitably means that these centralized stablecoins, the issuers, they have the ability, whether they use it or not, whether they are likely to use it or not, they have the power to just turn off your money. And I don't know if you follow it or not, but there are accounts on Twitter that track these things, and they make like an alert when Tether freezes accounts or USDC like Circle freezes accounts. And yes, I mean,
Yeah,
you see the alert and you see it on chain how all this money suddenly gets blocked and like it's not approved for transactions. And yes, you have to assume that it's a government permit there, whatever. But who's to say that there's not, or that there is? Like, it's not trustless. It's like you're literally, if you hold USDT or USDC, any significant amount of money, like it's not the same as holding Bitcoin. Like Bitcoin, you literally have your money installed in your cold wallet. Like it's there. No one can actually freeze it. You can spend it. The price, okay, if it goes up, it goes down. That's your risk, but like you actually own it. Whereas like that's why I think a lot of the crypto community has sort of gone away
right.
from the whole cypherpunk mentality,
Yeah.
and
Well, that's where it
that's
all
why I see
originated.
Pulsing. Yeah, that's why I
That
see it's like
that's
literally
where
we're like a bunch of rebels fighting in the system. As crazy as it
Yeah,
sounds.
That's how like stables originated. Like Bitcoin was traded on multiple different exchanges, and they didn't have a natural way to arbitrage the price so smoothly, rather versus so they created Tether so that exchanges could all now be able to transfer Tether seamlessly to one another and take control over arbitrage on Bitcoin. So then Tether went into being created on Ethereum as a main stablecoin. Then there was MakerDAO, which was a decentralized stablecoin. Now, decentralized stablecoins are a little bit harder because they need collateral. They need to be backed by something. And when the price of that something
Well,
that's backed
DAI
falls,
in theory was algorithmic, wasn't it?
right, whatever, algorithm, whatever you want to call it, DeFi, decentralized algorithm. That algorithm is backed, right? So you're like it's like you take a one Ethereum, it's priced at one thing, but you have Oracle. So this is the problem with decentralized is there's still a centralized Oracle that controls the price between so that like if there's a liquidation event, for example, if Ethereum drops 50% and all of a sudden the pDAI uh, collateral is also dropped by 50%, right? So it's like you have to now start selling Ethereum, and that causes more liquidations, that causes pDAI to drop even more in value. So this is a big problem in algorithmic stablecoins. That's hard to it's hard to protect against because when whales come in and they just want to crush systems, all they have to do is just dump the price of the underlying, which in Maker's case was Ethereum. That's
Yeah.
why they shifted to using Circle's stablecoin because now it's like, hey, good luck trying to dump a stablecoin price. You can't really dump a stablecoin. So the only way a stablecoin price would dump is if there's structurally something wrong within the centralized authority who is issuing those stablecoins, whether they're taking treasuries as collateral, whether they're taking Bitcoin as collateral, whether they're taking Pulse or whatever assets, they are backing that $1 in a sense. So unless those guys fail, the DeFi is a little bit more secure because now it's a lot like it's another level that the whoever wants to attack stablecoin to depeg it, they would
Yeah.
now need to kind of in how do you say like put a guy inside Circle basically and fandangle his way so that he, like like the collateral gets destroyed or whatever, or like maybe he like withdrew it into his private account and ran away and all of a sudden like hey where's
Exactly.
the
So I find it really interesting that you've gone down that route, and like I find it fascinating because that is exactly a Richard Hart talking point from like the 2020 cycle. And basically, although PulseChain is a full system state fork of Ethereum, there are some tweaks done along the way. There have been some optimization that work, one of those things. And one of Richard Hart's actually talking points that he actually pointed out like many times in his streams, and I always like you listen to him, and he's the billionaire, not me. You know, that like Somi says, and I like to listen to these people because although he seems arrogant and whatever, like he's talking like some sense, you know. So he was on about the risk of the Oracle for years and years and years, and basically his whole thing, he wanted to build a system which was self-reflexive. So basically, I think now the Oracle is like spread out across a couple of different inputs, but I think it's mainly on takes the reference of the PulseX DEX and like the liquidity pools behind there. So it's a self-referential system, I believe, as opposed to taking it from somewhere else where you all you have to do is corrupt that signal, make it think that there's more collateral than there is, and then they can scam you for your money. So yeah, I find it really interesting, Dieter, that that route, and yeah, it's one of those things that I like about PulseChain. It's like someone that's much cleverer than me has pointed these things out, and instead of just shouted at the wall and not got anything done, I mean, I don't care what the
yeah.
haters say. He's kind of delivering. So I don't know. I'm excited for what may happen. I'm not saying if it will go up, go down, no expectations, but I just think we're laying the foundation for what could be a pretty prevalent L1.
Right, right. And for pDAI to really reclaim that $1, I guess what to kind of close this
Well, it's
that
never
little
claimed it.
discussion.
It started at
Well,
zero. That's the
it's
issue.
not even like obviously because it needs to be back to
Mm.
start getting fun, but they either will have to burn it or to match the liquid. So like to get it to be $1, whatever. Like we just discussed, the oracles are valuing all these pools. Let's say it's hypothetically like let's say it's $100 million, and there's 500 million pDAIs in circulation. So then the price obviously is going to be 20 cents a DAI, right? A pDAI. So to get that pDAI to $1, you're gonna have to like burn your pDAI supply. Now, if pDAI is right now it at people's like inside people's wallets, you would have to get those people to come in and like give the contract back those pDAI so they could lock it, burn it, whatever they got to do.
Yeah.
It gets a little bit harder. The other way to do it is you now have to put money into the liquidity pools that pDAI uses. But then at that point, those guys will see their pDAI value go up, and if they dump it, then they're just doing now like they're fighting the rebalancing act of
So just
pDAI.
imagine someone
It
knew
gets a little bit
this.
tricky.
Yeah. And just imagine someone knew this, because I mean, if you, I'm not saying not take. I'm retarded. I knew nothing. I knew some of it, but from what I've learned over the years. But I mean, not to the depth that you know it. So I mean, if you know that now, imagine what someone that's actually building a chain and all these things, like he's fully aware of all these mechanisms. And
Yeah.
I find it really interesting again that you just said that, because I mean, within the community, we get fed these little narratives here, there, and mysterious characters appear. So you just said that you had to burn the liquidity. So we've had
Well,
this
not no.
whole.
That's in this case the token. You either
No,
increase the
yeah, the
liquidity or
supply,
you
to
burn
reduce
the
the
token.
supply. Yeah. No, I misspoke, but I meant the supply. So basically,
Right.
there was talk about the old forked over maker contract being involved, but then that was shut down with the I think it's called an ESM or something like that. It was basically a fail-proof mechanism that was involved there. And at that same time, a mysterious character appeared that suddenly burnt or sort of loads of the actual tokens, and everyone was tracking like all the bad debt that there was in the system, and it was like going up, and then it was over collateralized, and everyone was getting all hyped up. So I mean, you got to be careful and not get swept in these things. But then as soon as everyone was all excited, it just dumped straight down, and they were burning supply, and the supply is being reduced, and it's really interesting to see like. It's like a game where sort of game of chicken, and the whole community's been sort of led to believe that it's sort of fading. Right at the worst minute, everyone sells, something happens, boom, price goes up, and they get priced out. And it's just like the money, like Richard said, is moving from the impatient to the patient.
Yeah. Well,
And
that
yeah,
always happens. Yeah. That's like I mean, that happens in all markets. Even now, like the Bitcoin, I almost FOMO'd at buying at 82K, but thank God, like I knew 82K was such a big signal
did you buy
that
any at 60? Were you buying? Were you a
no,
buyer
no.
down on? No. No.
No,
See, I mean,
I'm still waiting for fifth. I have like a couple of things that we use here, like liquidation heat, our Moonboy's liquidation heat map and production cost, and those two still show high possibility of us going down to this 55K. So I wanted to start off the cycle by getting a really good discount, and that discount is to buy Bitcoin at production cost or lower. And it still hasn't. It got close. Like I mean, over here you could say technically it was at production cost because even though here production cost was at 61K and then they dropped it, the miners shut down, so production cost dropped heavily. But with like if they haven't done that, then it would have this slide would have just never had this gap, and
yeah.
we would have been at production cost here at 61K. So this
That's the thing. So
it
the
was a good
drop to
price.
60, like 60, 59, whatever it was, it depends on the exchange. It was so quick, and it happened so suddenly and so early that people just thought, well, this can't be the bottom, therefore I'm not buying. And it
Yeah,
was just doom on the timeline, and this is lower than I thought, this or whatever. That's why when we were in the chat, I publicly said, well, fuck me, if you guys are all speaking like that, I'm buying. And I did. I DCA'd on the way down from 80, 70, 60. Okay,
yeah,
sometimes you buy a falling knife. But I mean, when peak sentiment is that bad, I mean, it was literally at 59K, 60K, and everyone's saying it's just going to drop another 10K. And it's just another 10K. It's the same as like when everyone was waiting for 10K last time. So I almost feel like a lot of people sold with the influencers, with Ivan, with like the big people that were saying it, and they're waiting for that signal to get back in. And
right.
that's how I see what's the market at the moment. I mean, I could be totally wrong. I am retarded. Who knows?
Yeah,
But people, and I don't know. It's all sort of signaling it to me. Like a lot
I
of the market
mean,
is offside.
the PMI, it's a little tricky, but like from like what you mentioned initially, where like you just have to have patience, and that's the most rewarding. I don't change. Like I knew for a fact my target was set like buy at production cost. You know, wait till it gets there. It always gets there. I mean, it even got here on a bull cycle. Honestly,
Yeah.
like it'll just get there no matter what. Like here
No, it
or
does get
it
there quite
got
often. Yeah,
there.
of course.
It got here. Maybe here was like similar situation that we just experienced where it almost got there, but then you waited long enough and it got there. So it's like patience. It will have you win. There's some macro signals that are showing like breaking points in TradFi, like we just discussed, like stocks that are delusional all-time high. They're an alt season basically. Stock market is that. So if the stock market starts going down, whatever the narrative be, whether it's bad credit in corporate world, whether it's war with Iran, whatever they're going to push on us. I think Bitcoin is going to bottom out as well because it usually does. It's a risk, obviously. Some things like in addition to the production costs, I'm looking at is the liquidation. So for me, it's
Just
pretty
sorry,
simple.
sorry. Just before we move on for the production cost, just
Yeah, I'll put it back on.
how do you think that will be affected? Just curiosity now, like just as a retard asking someone that would know more. How do you think that the production cost will be affected? Like the indicator that will, do you think we'll still reach that every time, considering that the halving is now going to be losing more and more relevance? I mean, Michael Saylor's picking up way more than issuance, you know?
No, well, that's the beauty about the production. It relies heavily on just like how many miners are out there. They don't really care who's buying, who's selling. Like the market, we can have times where we're like highly above production costs, like we did in the last cycle.
Yeah.
We were just always on top of it. And we kind of touched it here before miners panicked and they shut down shop so hard because they thought it was the bear market, but there was like a fake out and we did another top.
Yeah.
So like the miners react. Like obviously these are companies that are their goal is to get as much Bitcoin as possible to sell it to make a profit. And
So I mean,
they
it's really
they might
competitive. And in the
yeah
last cycle, they got. I mean, you've even got the Trump family mining Bitcoin, and I
yeah.
mean,
So
it got
like no
there's like so many people, and then I mean, I can't quite remember when the next halving is, but issuance is
yeah
tiny compared to what it used to be. So
yeah.
I
So
mean,
having
is
like
production
the
cost
moment yeah, it's
do you
gonna
reckon
double. Like so
they'll not sell until it keeps going up, or
it doesn't matter. It's like the
like,
production cost. So it's like the more people, the more like okay, let's say the next halving comes. Halving is a structural change within the code. It makes it twice as hard to make Bitcoin. It doesn't make like it makes no difference if you have 1 million miners today and 2 million miners. Halving is going to double the cost no matter what. So what we can see is, let's say we go into a recession, like everything starts collapsing, everybody loses hope. We really get like a soul crushing event. Nobody even wants to touch Bitcoin anymore. Miners are closing shop, production costs is dropping even more. That could happen. But then if that once the halving comes in, no matter where the production cost is, the moment the halving hits, it doubles. Kind of like we saw here.
right?
Having hit, it doubled no matter what. Then yeah, it came back down and we're still above. This was like pre-halving before 2024, right? And this is supposed to we're still above it. We can obviously go back lower again to it. It's about the halving event. When it happens, it doesn't care. It always doubles production cost no matter what.
Yeah.
But the whole point is basically at production cost, you're getting a really like a nice fair value, especially when the price touches it. No matter where it is at the moment, or it gets close to it. So you actually got a really good when you bought at that time. I would say it was not bad. It was a good buy. It was a good buy. It was very close to the production cost. It was a lot of RSI was super low. You know, there was a lot of signs, like you said, of now will we get flushed again? It could be. Like
Yeah, as I
my
say, I
point
mean,
of view
not saying that the
is
bottom's in, it's just it was an irrational move. The market
yeah.
dumped it more than it should have, and that's like the
Yeah.
move that I want to try and benefit from.
So the other indicator that really is powerful is the liquidation. So how many Bitcoin are up to get liquidated? So the market makers, they don't really care like whether the price goes up or down. What they care is how many Bitcoin they can take from you. Because at the end of the
Yeah,
day, like the OGs of crypto know that it's like you want to grow as much Bitcoin as possible. So what we see here is There was a big short position that was open last week at 80, or after the 82K wasn't able to be broken. There was about 160,000 Bitcoins put up on a short position. So that means if we break 85K, there's going to be people that lose about 160,000 Bitcoin. There's 160,000 Bitcoin at this level that's going to be going to the what do you call it, the market makers, basically, because they liquidated all these guys. Similarly here, the longs, there's a lot of people that are longing Bitcoin. They want Valhalla. They want to become super rich. And if market makers are able to push the price down, they're going to take all of this Bitcoin. And this is about like 1 million Bitcoins. So you could safely say like, hey, you don't have to understand too much about this, but you could just ask yourself, like, if I was a rich whale and I was able to manipulate markets, to get as much Bitcoin as possible, do I pump the Bitcoin price and maybe get 160,000 Bitcoin plus maybe another 150,000 here? Maybe I'll get 300,000 and I'll pump the price to 100,000. Or is it easier for me just to sell Bitcoin now? I don't care. Like I have like 10,000, 100,000 Bitcoin. I'll sell it all now. I'll crush the price here. I have my positions, on these exchanges where we're going to liquidate all these guys. We're going to take 1 million Bitcoin, and then with this 1 million Bitcoin, we're going to open up long positions to start, because then over here you'll have the opposite. You'll have people getting crushed, more people opening short positions, and then you liquidate those guys. So these guys are in a constant tug of war. They play a different game. They're like, for them, they already have the money, they already have the power, they have the control. They just need to maintain it, and the best way to do it is just keep shaking us plebs out. The longer they shake us out, the more money they make. So for example, here to shake shorts out, they just need to pump the price a little bit more, like they did above 86K. You shake these guys out, and you could shake these guys out. They could keep doing this over and over again until
just another thing on that. There isn't just bear whales; there are also bull whales. So I mean, it's so common to see.
no, these guys are different. I'm not like you
Yeah. So I mean,
misunderstood.
whenever you
They're
go on a leverage
outside.
exchange, you're literally putting a sell price on your bags. So I mean,
Yep,
anyone who's traded higher than
exactly.
40x leverage, they know that. I mean, if you look at it on a small time frame, someone is back there, or it may be automated or whatever. Something's hunting you, man, because
Yep,
I
yep,
mean,
exactly. Yep.
it's there, you know. So
Yep, and we can see that, like, all these whales have to do to hunt this much Bitcoin is just dump the price. Like, they just have to not buy and sell whatever they
mm,
have, and I'm sure they have, like, it's not like they sell. Eventually, we're gonna get to a point where they won't be able to sell more, right? They're gonna have to start accumulating again, right? So like, kind of like how we saw here. We couldn't really backtest this indicator, so the last bear market is a little bit unknown to us. But you could assume that this was also happening. There was longs, shorts throughout here, like, and eventually, basically, the whales had to start accumulation. They had to go back into accumulating so that they could do this again. And they always do this in crypto, in all markets. And in S&P, it's called the max pain. So if you look up max pain, SPX or NDX, you're gonna see like this similar chart of shorts and longs, and the max pain is basically where neither the longs or the shorts win. So those contracts are expiring worthless, and that price is at like 7,360. So the market makers, they usually they create the market, so they take fees and premiums for creating opportunity for us to trade, right? And at this point, if they can push the price of the stock market to 7,300, this changes every day because obviously people long and short differently. So this price moves accordingly. But yeah, if they could hold the price here, that means neither the longs nor the shorts are winning, and they're both expiring worthless. So the market maker just takes the fees. That's it. In Bitcoin, it's a little different. We have this liquidation. We have perpetual contracts. So at any point, if there's more people longing than shorting, these guys are collecting fees at the moment. So because that's how perpetuals work.
I mean, technically,
And
the contract, so there's always an equal amount of sells and longs and shorts.
no, in this case, there's more people shorting, more people longing than shorting. So and you could look at it. It's called the funding rate. Let's look at Binance. It's like 0.6 or something.
No, yeah, but on the books, technically, it's all balanced out. I mean, there's the market maker on the other side taking the other trade. It's
Oh
always
yeah, it's balanced out
yeah.
exactly. If there's more longs than shorts, like in this case, the way it's balanced out is the longs are always paying a fee to the shorts. So if you go on Binance and you open a short position right now, yeah, you might get liquidated, but you're collecting fees always. You're always going to be getting this funding rate fee because you're taking a more of a risk rather than the people that are longing. There's way more of them. If this ever changes, like let's say we liquidate these guys and now there's going to be more shorts, then that's already a different event where now like the people are longing are taking a risk and they're paying, they're getting paid. So that's how they balance that out with perpetuals, if that makes sense.
Is funding positive at the moment?
Yeah, it should be. Yeah, I was trying to find it. Funding, maybe here.
Yeah, I've not really been leverage trading in any sort of way in this choppiness is just where you market maker's game. It's best to just ignore it and buy red.
Yeah, 0.00. Oh, it's current. Does it make a difference if you do?
Yeah, it's just slightly positive.
Yeah, slightly positive. 5%. Yeah, so you're getting the longs are getting around 4.5%. That's how it's calculated. So yeah, they're getting interest for keeping a long position, and that shows in the liquidation heat map as over here. So there's way more longs open than shorts. Maybe we should do update this indicator where we can have on the side or on the bottom corner somewhere like that total calculations of Bitcoin shorted and total calculation of Bitcoin long to kind of see the funding rate.
I mean, you could kind of put it on like the volume bars on like horizontally, you know.
Yeah,
that'd be update like that.
That could be a nice upgrade. I'm gonna note that for the next update because this is one of our top indicators. I think we have something like 200 likes on it.
Yeah, you're gonna have to send me the link to the script. So I can try
yeah, it's very easy. So when you go to trading view, you just
it's public already, is it?
Yep, it's right here, and the script is you would press this and you would see the script. Or when you open it, you could just don't send this to Ivan. Bull mania liquidation. Actually, I don't care. You can send it. I don't have a problem with them. But yeah, this is the indicator right here.
You'll vibe code a copy. You'll get the bull mania.
Yeah. He can vibe code this. It doesn't matter. Like the bigger one, that one harder to copy because I have to manually update it is the production cost. And the reason I have to manually update it is because it's based on the Cambridge data. And these guys, electric cost PTC index, whatever it's called, something like that. Yeah, there we go. So these guys,
are you pulling the data via API, or are you pulling it manually?
This has to be manually now. I tried asking them. I'm just repeat that. Total longs / shorts. Yeah, so these guys, I asked if they had like an API that I could just call on their server end and just, so I could update everything automatically, but they don't. So what I do at the moment is I have to go into their site and you see where it says updated every 24 hours. So I would take like every 2 weeks, I take the theoretical low bound, the estimate, and the high bound. I add them up, I average it. You get an average price of production cost, and then using the tool here, this was a production cost that I copied from another developer. So his calculation, if I open the code, it uses the price of in cents, the electricity cost, and there's like an equation. Got where it is. I think so on the bottom here somewhere. Maybe it's on top. But basically, you take this average cost, which is you're going to get here, and that gets reflected in the price, which I forgot how it's done. Set mine per day, float, electricity. I think it's this right here. Yeah. P equals, no. Oh yeah, right here. Yeah, right here. This is it. This is the price right here. So you have to run the cost with this.
And how often do you say you're updating it? Every 2 weeks or something like that?
Yeah, and we upgrade it every 2. Yeah, and then the total cost is the BTC electric cost divided by the electrical percentage, and you get it draws you out these 2 lines, and obviously the middle line. That's you have the lower bound, the higher bound, and this update. So I have to manually go to these guys every 2 weeks, do this calculation, go back into the code here, add a new line. Day 20, whatever, 30, and then I put it in here manually. I publish the script, then you guys will have it updated on your end. And sometimes it fails to update, so which sucks. You have to kind of like remove and re-add it. I wish I could do this automated. This would have made my life so much easier, but this is a script that Ivan is not going to be so easily to steal unless he wants to manually update it.
He'll just pull an API off your laptop. He's gonna hack you.
Yeah, you would have to like I would have to be complicated. I hope one day these guys at Cambridge they're able to create like an API that I could just call to get these numbers and then just push it into the script, automatically. But yeah, this is how this works. And there's also one for Ethereum. So I haven't tried, I haven't built it. If anybody is interested to create an Ethereum production cost, you could. These guys have been monitoring this since 2020, 2022. So it's not going to be as long as, actually, no, more than that. Oh, yeah, 2022. So it's not going to be as long as the Bitcoin production cost, which since 2012. That's why I use it. Yeah, these guys been monitoring now since, right here, like about since 2012, they've been monitoring the cost. So that's why you could really see a beautiful like historic chart, and you could see this pattern where like whenever Bitcoin touched production cost, that was like the best buying opportunity ever. Here, for example, this is very, very, very early days of Bitcoin, but even here, we got pretty close. Every time we got pretty close, it was a pretty, like, I mean, this one was probably the best one, but when it was at $157 from like a rally from 100 to 1,000, it touched production costs. It kind of gives me deja vu. Can you imagine if we had this in 2014? We would have been so rich. Like, if we had this knowledge.
It's crazy, but I mean, to be honest, those were such early days. We didn't have access to it. Oh, well,
yeah.
What is that? 2014 or something like that? Did you say?
Yeah, that was for 2014.
I mean, if you think about it, they didn't. I mean, that's way before my time, but I mean, they didn't even have like price charts and like easy access to it. And
yeah, well, this was Bitstamp. This I don't know if you had access to Bitstamp, but Bitstamp was trading Bitcoin since 2011. So that's why I used them in comparison with this chart, because you could get this really, really like historic picture. And yeah, and from there you could just.
So where's Bitstamp based? They're Korean or something like that, aren't they?
Bitstamp? I'm not sure, but the price is the price. There's a global price, so like you can't really go like there. It's pretty accurate. Like even wherever it is, Bitcoin's price, it's not like they can manipulate it, right? And it was like one of the OGs. Maybe it's Korean Bitstamp. Let's see. It could be American.
Yeah, it's just I think I mean the Koreans they even had the kimchi premium, didn't they? The SPF was trading. So basically there was actually a discrepancy.
It was founded as a European alternative to Mt. Gox. So it was actually a European exchange. Slovenia, Luxembourg, German. Isn't that funny? But now
they fumbled the bag. Oh my God!
And now the Robin is the owner. Yeah. Germany was in the beginning. They were
pioneers. If they had just stuck to it. Jesus.
Yeah. But regardless, they gave us this really, really historic chart, and yeah, you could like put production costs to it, and yeah, just sum that alone. Like anytime production cost gets hit, whether it's it got hit here, it was at 20,000 last bear market. You bought, and then it got hit again at 15,000. You buy some more, you're good. You don't have to worry about all this FUD in the bear market. So once it hits production cost, you're getting a good price. Like here you could say like, well, if you would have waited a little bit more, you could have gotten like another 10% discount. But like in the all things, if you didn't buy at all, and you're missing out on so much more. Like the bear, we went up to 100, like 6x. You would have missed out by not buying at production cost.
The reality of the situation is, but whenever you hit production cost, it's basically when all the alarms are ringing anyway, and everyone is like freaking out, and it's going to zero, and it's
here you could remember was the
moment in time.
Yeah, if you remember here, the last August 2024 was like the carry trade in when like everybody was freaking out. Japan carry trade, they're selling, they're dumping everything kind of crashed. But then after that, we did another. We did another.
Basically, nothing ever happened. The news comes out, scares the shit out of you. People react, and then it just carries on like climbing the wall of worry. I don't know. It's crazy. Have you looked into? I mean, I know it basically has been a cycle, because I mean, even if you'd asked us last cycle, we would have said that 69K would have been around an area for a low. Do you factor that in at all? to your
Yeah, no, I mean like the previous all-time high being a support is pretty big. I mean, obviously that's what we saw just now.
Yeah, but we
But
can't. So we can't expect. All I'm saying is that we can't expect every cycle to like repeat exactly. That's what everyone seems to do. They get last year's fractal and they just copy paste in. It's like this is what we're doing. And I don't
yeah,
know. I like to think that every cycle has its own little flair. So
yeah,
I wonder if like we don't get what everyone's calling for, and I don't know. Maybe we do come back down to like say the 60s just for one massive double bottom or something like that. But
yeah. I it's a little like with Bitcoin, it's very demand driven.
yeah, but you'd have to go on like a monthly chart or a weekly chart to actually see it because it's like the massive macro trend, isn't it? So if you go on a
Yeah,
weekly or
yeah, yeah.
monthly,
Like I mean,
you
like
draw the line.
sometimes we go, sometimes we retest the previous tops, and sometimes we never retest the previous tops. Like here, we never retested it
Yeah,
on the
but that's like
bear.
really early on. If you just sort of
And
mark them out like for each cycle, you
here we
do
kind of retested it, and we went a little bit lower.
yeah.
No,
So
this
there's a
is as
nuance.
early as it gets. That's what I'm trying to say. Like sometimes we never retested. Like here, we never retested the previous local top at 17. We just ripped.
Mhm.
Here we kind of we went lower. We retested it and went lower. So the previous top was 258. The low was 161. Here we again never retested the top. Obviously.
Yeah, the older to
Here
be
we did
honest, like
retest the top.
when I make and look at those charts, I really cannot make trading decisions based off like the first
Yeah, it's
cycle
random.
and whatever.
It's a little
It's
yeah. It's like maybe
just
like and at this point we
small.
did retest the top, but can we go lower?
Yeah,
You
no, I
know.
mean, I'm not saying that we can't go low. I'm just saying, like, as a sort of rather sort of very simple
You know what we can safely
baseline.
say, Matt? What we can safely say is every time we did retest the top, the previous top, we dipped a little bit lower. We could safely say that. Like and how low we dipped, like so for example, like here, we retested the top. This was the initial first retest of the top. We dipped let's see, about we dipped about 40% lower than the top. We dipped 40% lower than the top. Uh, did we retest the top here? No. Okay, we retested the top here, right? So here we retested the top, but it went 20% lower. Now here, so far for now, we retested the top, which was here, and we only went 12%, like yeah, 12% lower. Yeah, so it could be the bottom. Like for it to be really the bottom, I think we need to break 82K. Now, this is what I was saying two videos back. 82K seems to be like that really make it or break it level. And if we
Another,
could
yeah, sorry, and just
rally above it,
last thing I want to say on the charts there. Have you got the EMA ribbons? Are those EMAs that you got on there, or just SMAs?
yeah, yeah. No, they're just EMAs. So this is
Yeah,
like the
is that the
100.
55 or
It's the 50 is the gold. The orange one is the 50.
the
That's a
green?
very symbolic one. The green one is the 100.
It's the 100. So
And
if you go on
oh no, sorry,
the,
sorry. The green one is the 200, and then the purple one is the 100.
yeah, I believe it's on the monthly chart then. So if you go on the monthly chart, and you have the 55, we're basically bouncing on the EMA, like sort of relatively. I mean, no one knows for sure, but as in the people that trade in this style, that is technically a good support zone for a decent rally, off
Yeah,
those
yeah.
EMAs. So that's another thing keeping me tilting slightly bullish. I mean, I'll be an eternal bull really because the money printer will never stop. But in the short term, I mean, I think we've seen like a pretty local low. I mean, whether we see 60 again, it's like it's not out of my picture. I'm more than expecting another retest to the bottom because the market always tries to fuck with you. But
Yeah,
I don't
exactly.
know.
Like that's where that's like my idea is like simple. Like it's we have 82K. It's
Yeah.
like 82K. We can break above that and hold it. Very bullish. We're definitely going to liquidate these guys, and it's a very we're going to be above the 200 daily moving average. It's going to be very bullish. At the
Mhm.
moment, it's we're having bearish signals again. We have a lot of liquidations that market makers could be hunting just to extract Bitcoin out of out of exchanges and put it in their
Of our
pockets. Why
hands.
not? Exactly. Yeah, we have some signals where we were trying to break 82K, rejected, tried to break, rejected, tried to break, rejected. that's weakness. But then again, if we're holding this support right now and we go back to retest it, that the more chances we retest 82K, the higher the chances that we're gonna break it. That usually happens
It
also
becomes a
on the
glass
downside.
ceiling. The resistance becomes a glass ceiling after you've
Yeah.
hit it more than a few times.
So at that point, I mean, like if we really break 82K, go to like 90K, maybe go back down to 85, but like we really need to break it. I will become bullish. I'll buy it. I'm not gonna be waiting for production costs. I'm gonna start DCAing already. Yeah, I might have
But
missed out, but that's like a
are you
bullish. Mostly, I mean, I still have alts obviously from last cycle. I have so many, but I'm about like 60% out of the market, just waiting for this nice liquidation, nice like buying
an obvious entry
opportunity.
sort of thing? Yeah, basically.
Hmm?
An
Yeah.
obvious good risk to reward entry. Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, so like once we get that the nice like soul crushing event over here where people are like, still to this day I have friends hitting me up and be like, yo, the bottom was in, buy Bitcoin now, you're missing out. Like I'm waiting for the time somebody calls me or messages me and says like, yo, are we gonna go lower? You think we're gonna go lower? Like I'm waiting for that. Once I get that call, once somebody of my close friends that is in the crypto circle calls me and asks if we're going lower, that's already a very nice bottom signal. And then super bottom signal would be if I say we're gonna go lower.
Yeah.
Now, if somebody asks me, are we gonna go lower, and we're like here, and I go like, you know what, I think we're gonna go to 40K, then if you hear that on the stream, guys, you buy 100x because usually with my luck and my the way my mind works, it's that usually is the fucking bottom. Like, and of course, if the opposite, if somebody calls me and goes like, hey, are we going lower, and I say, oh, I think this is the bottom I bought, then we're probably gonna go a little bit
We're
lower.
probably going. There's another leg down. Yeah. There's
So I
like
mean, that's what my experience.
the typical meme where it's like the dip, and then there's the spaceman behind the dip of the dip, the dip of the dip.
Yep. Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, crypto has a way of humbling everyone, absolutely everyone. So I mean, it's just don't beat yourself down. I like the motto that just or the sort of mantra where you just sort of hope for the best, but you expect the worst. And I mean,
Yeah. Yeah. We have some
that's
comments
just got
here
to be the way.
from Theo. So I see Theo says he's all in Rich Token and BTC. Have you heard of Rich Token?
Is that because of Choose Rich Nick being in hospital or something like that? It's like some meme token because of that. Not sure.
We also have to do the roundup. Let's do check this out. Rich. I hope my CoinGecko. I don't know what's up with CoinGecko. It's like not pulling. Oh, there we go. I don't know, Theo. Is this it? Is this the Degen token play? Oh my God. I hope it's not.
Dude.
That's that's a flat line. Theo, maybe just send the contract. Token went viral. No, the new one. Okay, there's a new one. Probably not here.
Yeah, that's the
And
problem with all these things. I mean, to me, I really admire Theo because he can actually pick these things out and like chase them. But you've got to really have that mentality where you know that this is just you're playing. You're like if you're on pump.fun, you're doing trading all these tokens. It's not like there's people there that if it starts going down are going to be there buying. It's like you literally it's PvP casino. So I'm super props
is it
to
this
Theo
one,
there
Theo?
in the community. Always posting. What is it? Average 4x or something like that, Theo?
Yeah, I don't know if it's this one. He said Dex Screener, but it's also kind of like on the bottom.
Rich. Wow.
The 8,000, $18,000 price.
That's on ETH though. So I mean,
Yeah,
knowing Theo, normally he's on hype or sold or something.
the USD price. Yeah, and then Theo said like he's using Claude to pull this data. Now, yeah, I guess Claude is just coming in. He's clicking inspect, and he's basically just like pulling these numbers from the
But then
script.
then
You know, you're paying. But then again, like these numbers, they get updated on this website. What I do eventually also to get a really accurate production cost is I contact Cambridge. So you have to go here. You have to fill out this form. You have to tell them that you're like a student or something, and then they actually send you an Excel file of all the actual data of the days and everything. So this actually might be wrong by a day or two or something. It's even though it's updated every 24 hours, it's in the front end. So
it's a
yeah, we
prop.
could set up. Yeah, we could set up Claude to pull. I see Theo's here. Let's bring it in. Yeah. But yeah, if we pull this, here.
Yo, Theo.
Theo, I have to meet you. But yeah, if we pull this from their website, there's a chance that we might be off a little bit. So what I do every quarter is I actually request the data and I update it manually no matter what to get the full accuracy for us. But yeah, Theo, hopefully your mic is fixed. I'm turning back on. Oh wait, no. Oh, he had another device. This is the one. Hello? There we go.
Theo.
The man of the hour. What's going on?
Have you still got a mute?
How much are you guys?
There you go. All good in the hood, Theo. Welcome on
Yeah,
board.
so what's the token called? Is it this one? Rich WE?
It's RICH. It's to support his like cancer treatment. So they've raised 100,000 in fees. He didn't launch it. Somebody else launched it and then set his wallet to be like the recipient of the fees or whatever. So it's been very successful. Like we called it in the Ivan on Tech community and we've been up like 12x. It's been crazy.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
So yeah, get into Bullmania and follow Theo because these calls.
Yeah, you can find it on like Dex Screener probably. It's been trending for a few days.
There's so many of them. Which is the?
Those are all the same token. Those are just different pools, so they're all the same token.
But this is the one. This is it.
Yeah, that's the white.
No,
logo,
but
yeah, that's the one.
even though there's some on Solana, some on Hype, someone, it's just different pools. Yeah.
Yeah, so this is the one on Pump right here.
Yeah.
No, it looks like it's gone now back. Kind of had a nice run. Yeah, who knows? These are Pump tokens. So.
I don't want to cast shade on anything like that.
But yeah, I'm all in BTC.
And all these
I haven't really gone into Ethereum just yet because it hasn't broken the Moon Boys line. But I do have some.
Let's take a look at that. Let's see if Bitcoin is. I mean, talking about the Bitcoin line. That's another thing. So over here, we have the moving average that it failed to break as well. Now it's kind of going back down to reach this red one.
Yeah.
So yeah, and we're kind of back. We're in between now the other moving averages. So this is another. Yeah, so this would be like your stop loss technically. But you're still kind of gambling. You think we're still bullish?
Yeah, as long as it's above the 125 SMA, then I'm still in. As soon as it closes below that with 3 consecutive closures below, then I'll probably swap back to USDC.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, so for me, I'm still using like a more long term. Like I need this red to be flipped.
Crazy Dolls wanted to say hi.
Matt, good to see you.
Nice. Hey, Dago. Awesome.
Sorry.
Yeah, so we have like really quickly just to look at the crypto bubbles if we missed anything. Ondo, Morpho, UB. Have you guys heard of this token? Unibase. Wow, it's pumping. Unibase Dex.
Matt, that TK Tankers call was crazy.
Yeah, that actually came from Mike's Mind Matter in the Crown. Yeah, you got good guys over there, man.
StreamYard's kind of glitchy today. I can't hear Matt. I can only hear Rom right now. Can you hear Matt, Rom?
I can hear Matt.
Okay, let me try to exit and come back.
Yeah, well, what I can do is really quickly is do the news dive.
Do the news.
We'll get some more alpha here. So we have it ready. Where's that sound?
Yeah, we got the professional news recorder.
Yeah. So in today's news, Hype hits new all-time high over $62. Hype ETF records over 24 million worth of inflows. SpaceX IPO will be made available in retail investors. Mark Cuban says he has sold most of his Bitcoin. Polymarket exploit leads to loss of 500K plus. Old private keys get exploited. Near gains 30% overnight. Final draft of US-Iran agreement is released. SEC chair clarifies innovation exemption would not apply to private company shares. American Fortress proposes quantum solution for Bitcoin. Kevin Warsh to be sworn in as Fed chair. I guess he's already sworn in. Coinbase announces equity index perpetual launching in June. Today marks the 16th anniversary of Laszlo Haynes buying 2 pizzas for all. Awesome. Trump admin invests in a bucket of quantum computing companies. MoonPay acquires Decent and launches MoonPay Trade. Blockchain.com files for IPO. Binance launches pre-IPO perps platform with SpaceX as the first tradable company. Sandbox CEO wife targeted in crypto kidnapping. Wow, that's crazy.
I am.
Introducing you.
Yeah, don't go to Paris, guys.
Yeah, that was crazy. I mean, I usually, it sucks when you have crypto guys getting targeted because this is one thing, like one that not benefit, but like one trade-off for using crypto is it's your keys, it's your wallet, and if I want to get them, I just have to come after you. You know.
And just for the record, we are plebeians and we have very little money. So if you do find us on the street, $5 venture tech will probably only get you $5.
Yeah,
I'm in PulseChain, so yeah.
we already sold all our alts to get the last pack of cigarettes.
Exactly.
The times
are bums on the street.
Yeah, but yeah, so that's great. I hope she's okay. Hopefully they recover. Because last time I've seen, usually it doesn't end well. In France, what the fuck?
No, it's nuts, man. It really is nuts. It's I mean, the whole of Europe is kind of a concerning place to be at the moment. But I mean, who knows? These things, they get really bad and then suddenly they turn around and then you think, oh well, it goes the other way, which then it's fine for a little while and then it gets worse the other way. So I don't know. It's just crazy all over. Stay safe out there, man.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. We got 42 views going in strong, about like an hour 25, and the views just keep adding up. But I don't know. How do you feel, Matt? Do you feel like we had a very good episode? I think we covered a lot.
Yeah, I had a good chat. I mean, it's nice to catch up after a while. It's been a while since I've been on. Again, I've been just busy with the band, with like just life and shit, just non-stop, no rest for the wicked. But yeah, every so often I like to try and show up a bit more. And sorry for my absence, Theo.
No, you're good.
Yeah, holding down the fort.
The more times you come, the merrier. I'd be like, well, actually, that sounded wrong. The more times you come on the show.
Bro, you're gonna have to buy me dinner first, dude.
We're reaching that 1 hour and 30 minutes, guys. But Theo, thank you also for coming in and giving us the opportunity to do this. Any last minute thoughts, comments before we?
Yeah. I've recently, I think I've been like maybe a week or two with the new Degen One device. Well, let's see, can we get that in focus?
Yeah, that's nice. That's like a compass over there.
Crazy shit. That's can you see that on the back?
Yeah. Oh, it's a fingerprint scanner. Nice.
Yeah. Massive shout out to Freedom Factory. They've made an absolutely amazing device, and as soon as I get a bit more used to it, I'll do a bit of a rundown for you guys. But it's basically allowing me to use Ethereum on a daily basis now, and it just makes crypto sort of more usable. You know, it seems to be like one of those devices is just going to make it more acceptable, more sort of easier to understand for the fellow no coiner.
Awesome.
And,
is it connected directly to like the Ethereum EVM? Like
in fact, it's got a light node, so you can actually turn on a light node and process your own. You're running a slimmed down version of a node. You're not actually got all the processing power in there, but you're running the equivalent. So it's also helping out the Ethereum network, like using it. So yeah, it's cool.
Awesome. Is it connected to like a SIM card to the internet, or is it like only on Wi-Fi?
You've got a SIM card, you've got eSIM, you've got Wi-Fi. I mean, it's a phone.
Amazing.
It's almost like a crypto wallet meets a phone, a hardware wallet meets a phone, and it sort of reduces the whole. So normally there's a load of friction. You get your laptop, you plug your hardware wallet in if you want the security. Then you got to go onto the right account. Then maybe your native hardware wallet software doesn't support some tokens, so you got to go to a different website. It makes it all a hassle. Whereas with this device, it's sort of it's leveraging all these recent EIPs that Ethereum has launched. So it's got account abstraction and all these things that people have not really seen in action are now being used, and it just makes me that little bit more excited for ETH and the future. And yeah,
nice. Awesome. Yeah, no, good stuff. It basically what the Solana phone should have been.
I like to think so. Yeah. At the end of the day, I mean, Ivan even says himself that it's a doorstop. It's a brick. It's useless. The only reason that they got it was for the airdrop and everything. So I mean, that doesn't seem like a device that I'd want. And when I saw the Degen One, where it's basically the ultimate device that a Degen would want, I just had to have it. And
this is really happy. It's kind of like what I'm looking forward to this Flipper One, which is like looks pretty cool. But this is like for like radio frequency. I don't know why it says ETH0 and ETH1.
Flipper, is that hacking?
Maybe that's Ethernet 0 and Ethernet 1, not Ethereum 1. Yeah. So it's like it's like a nice tool. It could be used for hacking, obviously, but
Yeah, I've seen those. It's like the orange and white,
uh,
like dolphin or something like that, isn't it? Like people hacking
yeah.
car doors and shit with it.
Well,
Yeah,
this
I've
one is
got.
gonna be this one is a little bit more than that. So like if the Flipper Zero was just like this fun tool, this is actually supposed to be like a mainline Linux kernel support. So this is like an ARM-based processor in there, and you have like an HDMI port. This is actually going to be a lot more of a device. You have two Ethernet ports here.
Yeah, that's cool.
I'm sure you could put a hardware wallet in here. I don't like since it's Linux kernel. I'm assuming if there's enough like RAM, it's a very dumbed down device. I'm not sure if you could like run a light node on it, but that'll be cool.
Mm.
Everything is open source here, so yeah, this is like a device that it is like a Linux computer. So I'm sure you might. This was the original Linux. This is the one I have. So I have this one right here.
You're running Linux at home, yeah? Yeah, that's
Oh no,
the
this is just it's not a Linux. It's just I
no,
don't know
that's
what
the old
operating
Flipper.
system.
Yeah, the original Flipper. Yeah.
Yeah. It just uses just like their own SDK, and I don't know what language, maybe like JavaScript or some. But this one will have Linux, so you will be able to actually run an operating system, and you can do all this other cool stuff. And in essence, if it can run Linux, it should be able to, yes, a cellular modem. Maybe there will be a way for me to put an Ethereum light node on this, and if I ever buy it, and kind of have it like as my
You'll
on
have
the
to,
go wallet.
yeah, you'll have to run a version of EthOS on this. So they've actually forked. I think it's I can't remember what version of Android, but they forked a version of Android and made an Ethereum version of Android to actually
I was
fully
going to show
integrate
you
it.
guys.
So
This is
you might be able to download of that, mate. I don't know if they open source it or not, but it'd be interesting.
yeah. This is the one. I forgot I was showing the wrong screen, but yeah, this you can see the comparison between the original, the one that I have, and the new capabilities. So they have like an M2 module. Put a lot of like a desktop compatibility. You can connect it to your desktop. You can connect the keyboard to it and a mouse. Yeah. So
Yeah,
looking forward to this. This
keep
is
that away
and
from the
then
hardware
also
wallet.
well this shouldn't. It's not like it's gonna steal your keys. This could be a hardware wallet if you wanted
It could
to.
be.
I think
Is
I
it like
have my.
like a glorified Raspberry Pi, but with a few like
Yeah,
software?
Basically, yeah. I mean, this
Yeah.
one is just like I think I have a. If I go to apps and I go to, I think I have my wallet here as well. I just don't know what apps it's called. Let's see, custom firmware. No, how do I get to it? Oh yeah, I have to press the center button. Apps. Nothing here. I remember I saw as I skimmed through it, there was like there was a wallet like maybe it's in the main. No, that's just a clock. Find these tools. Okay, maybe it's in tools. So, but let's see. Access, audit, air level, analog, barcode, big blackjack, print, something wallet maybe. Device info, flipper, printer, key, copier. Oh, it has moon phases. That's funny.
Hey, there you go. Maybe we could get that on the indicators.
Password generator, password manager. Nothing. Yeah, maybe they removed the functionality of it being like crypto wallet. Can't really find it here. Timer.
Oh, that is the question.
Yeah. I have Doom. I have it. It does have it. I'll play it for you guys.
Hell yeah, man! Playing Doom on a flipper
I'll show you. Yeah, it's right here. Where is it? Doom. It's kind of shitty though, but I'll show you.
Ah, no, I mean that's the beauty of all those challenges, isn't it? Like, will it run Doom? It's normally it plays shitty.
I don't know if you can see it even. You can shoot you can shoot. And you're walking. You have walls. You have people coming. Yeah, but basically it's running Doom. But yeah, and then your device is called what is it called? The
Degen One is small cap D Gen in
one. So nice Freedom Factory. So yeah, that's really cool. So you have your mint functionality. Kind of looks like a nice little ledger, but like what the ledger should be.
Yeah, I don't know. To be honest, it gave me retro Game Boy vibes. It kind of looked like a lightsaber. It was just like a mixture of futuristic looking shit. And I was like, dude, you know what? I'm sick to death of my iPhone and I want something for all my crypto stuff. So I'm full porting all my crypto apps and everything over onto there. And obviously not moving the stuff that's in my cold storage, because this will be like a hot wallet that I will use for daily basis, always carry on me sort of thing. So you wouldn't want to carry too much on there. But yeah, so if you're like on the go and you get FOMO, you can lose money in real time, you know?
And you could buy this with Ethereum, so it's not that bad. It's only a quarter of an Ethereum.
You could actually initially when they did it, there was like an NFT mint. So if you minted an NFT, you were able to get the phone. And a few months ago, it went to like, I don't know, 50% or 30% of what it was originally worth. So people just went nuts, and like the people posted they've got like 8 of them and shit. But I don't know if I wanted 8. But I'm very happy with the one that I purchased with fiat. And then the other
one
hidden features is it's got a super powerful laser on board.
Right. Oh my God. Yeah, it is really powerful.
I got
It
you.
even makes a sound effect like pew, right here.
And
There
then
it is.
if you click it a few times, it'll suddenly go pew pew. Good fun for
Well, I'm definitely gonna be looking forward to getting myself another like Degen device. Maybe this, maybe the Flipper one. Maybe I'll compare and contrast both once that one comes out. But yeah, I do love these stuff like where you have like these little tools that you can use for. Like with this one, for example, I put like a bunch of key fobs in here, and then like for example, some places like I have a gym inside my building, but like you need to pay a membership for it. My sister pays, so I just copied her key fob into here, so I could just go to the gym. I haven't used it, but
careful.
You could,
don't say the name of the gym; they might come after you.
No, yeah, but like, and some places it doesn't work. Obviously, they have like rolling codes, and this doesn't break rolling codes. But it's such a cool device just to have with you occasionally, you know, like, hey, it comes in handy. And with this being a crypto device, you're on the go. Maybe you want to do some trading. Maybe you want to do some swapping of your shitcoins. And it's like, instead of me going all the way back to my station, plugging everything in, like you just said, getting my treasure out, you just take this with you on the go, and you could have some fun.
It's security done easy, like and convenient, you know, and it's like incorporated into your mobile. That I've got a whole separate mobile number now for my crypto share, and
nice.
It's cool. It's like a moat, you know, between your personal life and your crypto life. Before, if someone suddenly hacked your phone, then you're fucked. You press a wrong link, or whatever. Just even in like normie internet, you can click, you can download the wrong Chrome extension and get drained, you know. I mean, it's a crazy world out there. So
yeah, I mean, especially now with AI live coding.
I mean, the more steps you can make towards your security, I think is the best. So I saw this, I've fallen in love with it, and I'm super excited to just see sort of what the full capabilities of it are. And it just makes it more interesting, you know, and it lights another little spark of excitement. What will the next couple bull runs look like? And yeah, it's just interesting.
Yeah, and then you have also the Seeker phone that Theo has. Then this is just like a regular Android phone. I don't think they did anything different. Like you could take any Android phone and just download a wallet app. Yeah, basically a Seeker phone.
Yeah, basically. That's why I also like this. They actually forked. They took their time to fork a version of Android. They took their time to make it compatible with a blockchain. It's not just like downloading a wallet app and just using it like a regular old wallet app. So no, I don't know. It's another take. It's interesting.
Cool. All right. Well, I think that was a pretty good show. I'm pretty out of ideas and out of discussion. We went over a lot of stuff. I mean, we had to like recap. We talked about crypto ethos. We talked about projects inceptions and the teams and how they allocate funds. We talked about the market. Yeah, if you guys love this type of content, you join us again next week. We're going to be here as always around morning to afternoon time on Sunday, depending where you are.
Join the Discord as well. Join the Discord. Join the fam. Let's go.
Yep, join the Discord. Like, share, subscribe, all the good stuff. And from there on, Matt, go ahead, give your last thoughts, and call it a day for now.
Yeah, not much. I mean, final thoughts. I'm always bullish. Can't help it. Bullish hint. We'll see what 60K if we have to retest or not. If we do retest, then yeah, maybe another leg lower. Wait for the end of the red candles and DCA again. You know, I mean that's just, you get kicked in the balls, you get up and you go again. And that's just
always leave some money. Leave some money to buy the dip.
Always. I think the main thing is that don't quit your day job if you're in crypto, mate.
Right. Always get that cash, because you never know like when things will just go like boom, and then if you don't have the cash, you're like, you're gonna be there like,
Exactly.
oh,
Exactly.
maybe it'll go lower. Maybe I'll get the cash and it'll go lower.
Yeah.
No.
But don't just take it easy with bank loans and shit like that as well. Don't over leverage. Take it
Maxing
easy.
out the credit cards, cash
Yeah.
advance. I'm
Just a
going all
recipe for
in.
disaster. No matter how much confidence you have in your trades. Yeah, I
Matt
wouldn't
and
do that.
Rom told me 60K was the bottom.
Oh, okay. No,
I,
Matt's
I
retarded.
opened
Yeah,
I opened
we
10
can't take
cards.
financial advice.
Yeah, guys, none of this is financial advice. We do hope Bitcoin will succeed, but even that can have quantum risk hacked to zero. So
That's true.
who knows?
Yeah, who knows? In a few years, we might be living under a bridge for real.
Exactly. Anyway, guys, thank you for joining. Thank you, Matt, for coming along. Hopefully, we'll see you again next week. And yeah, all the viewers who are watching, appreciate it. Much love. We'll see you guys next time.